Heidi and Frank show. We have Tom Cotter in studio with us, comedian. He's going to be on Craig Ferguson on Wednesday.
Not on him, but on his show.
On top of Craig Ferguson's show worth watching.
Christ almighty.
You were talking about it during the break, the standards and practices, where it's like you have to show them what you're going to do first, and they say, that's funny, you can do that. But then if you do something that's funny that doesn't pass the mustard, then they won't let you do it. Was that the same way on America's Got Talent, where it's like, here you are trying to do your act. You're like, I'm a comedian, I want to win this thing. And then they're basically building your act for you.
Yeah, well, that's 90 seconds is all you had in America's Got Talent. So they couldn't yank out too much. And also, it was Howard Stern's first year last year when I was on. So they wanted to go edgy to appeal to his minions. So they kept saying to me, just go edgy and we'll pull you back. And they only, the entire season, they completely eliminated one joke, and they made me rewrite another joke.
What's the joke they eliminated?
I was on a plane recently, and I was dressed to kill. I had a turban, a beard, exploding sandals. And they found that potentially offensive to certain people. So they yanked
we love it around here.
So that was the one they nixed. Yeah. But I got to do it in the AGT live show in Vegas. We did that for 4 months, and they had no issues with it there. It was just on the airwaves. They were concerned about it.
So how have you exploited your fame since America's Got Talent, going out and they're like, oh my God, that's Tom Cotter?
You mean after losing to a dog act in front of 19 million people? You mean that fame? To losing to butt sniffers and toilet drinkers?
Yeah.
You mean that? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Tom, you're the only comedian in the history of the show that's gotten that far.
Well, until last year.
Yeah,
now this year,
Wow.
2 years in a row, we've had a comedian come in second.
I was trying to focus on the positive.
Well, you're very kind.
Fine.
I had no issues with Taylor. It's great,
Okay.
and it's because of Howard Stern. Because Pierce Morgan sat in that seat before Howard Stern came aboard, and Pierce Morgan had a stick surgically implanted in his buttocks as a young age, and he hated American comics for 7 seasons, and no comic had ever made it out of the semifinals on the show, and he would say, "You're not original. I didn't laugh." And then he got out of there, and Howard came in, who's basically a comic. So now you had Howie and Howard, and Sharon was along for the ride. So it much more comedian friendly,
Right.
atmosphere.
Now, your wife's a comedian, too.
She is
Okay, so here's
funnier
what
than I am.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what... When something happens to you as a couple, let's say, because you do observational humor or whatever, and something happens to you as a couple, and you kind of both have that thought of, oh my God, okay, that's hilarious. I'm going to talk about that. Who gets it? Like if she's like, no, and you both have the exact same sort of
Well, at the end of the
minds.
argument, they each have 15 minutes to write,
All right.
90 seconds of jokes. They come out and present them to each other.
Joke off.
We have, I hate to use the term hosey, but we hosey the joke. Like if someone says something funny around us, before they're finished with their sentence, Carrie will go, hosey, it's mine. Or I'll do it. And the funniest thing now is that all her family keeps sending me ideas and premises and things, and my family keeps sending them to her. And I'm like, Benedict Arnold, my family's bigger. I'm like, hook me up. Don't hook up my wife.
Right.
I don't know if we're till death do us part. We're
Sure.
12 years in, but don't give her material. Give it to me.
I like that.
And
Hosey.
so it's just funny. So we have to claim them.
Do you get recognized everywhere you go now?
It was my 3rd reality show on NBC. I was also on
yeah.
Last Comic Standing, and I had a small part on To Catch a Predator. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, people.
Did you bring Zima and condoms?
Zima?
Yeah.
Wow,
You were
I
the guy
haven't
who
heard
actually
Zima
ate- yeah.
in forever. That is hysterical.
He was the guy that actually ate one of the cookies. I remember,
Yeah, I was the guy getting tackled on the front lawn by the female sheriff,
Dressed as a bush.
crying like a little girl. Dressed as a
They're always
bush.
like out in the driveway. And
I
all of a sudden
missed that
the
show.
bush- me too.
I missed
So
that
do
show.
I.
That was
That
so
was
good.
God. My wife and I used to get hammered and watch Intervention too. That was a lot of fun. That was our Thursday night routine. We'd start doing shots at 6. Intervention's on. Let's watch it. So yeah.
These people have a problem.
That's
Not us.
Wow, that's a great impression of my wife. That's pretty good.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. So
Did you? What was your biggest indulgence? It's like, okay, I got second place. I'm gonna buy something. I'm gonna go out tonight and I'm gonna buy something silly for myself. What'd you buy?
I wish I had a cool story for that. I really don't.
That's because you're frugal and you're East Coast Irish, and you're like, let's not.
I'll tell you what it is, because I'm a comedian and I married a comedian, because who needs health insurance, So for the first time since we've been married, suddenly we have a little bit extra money. So I have 3 kids that I got to pay college for, and by the time they're in college, it's going to be $100,000 a year. So there's that, and then my retirement plan was woefully underfunded. It was a metal detector and a dream, and now suddenly I can not think about living in a van down by the river when I'm 90, which is nice.
Feed your kids.
Yeah, it's like kids, college education, or martini making robot. I think I'd have gone with the robot, dude. Seriously, just think about that. It's like the kids working on.
The wife has gone a little nuts, but I just switched my flight to go back because I'm doing the show on Wednesday. And I'm now flying a middle seat. They don't even have a window or an aisle on a cheap flight because that's the way I've been for 25 years. As you're a comic,
Even
you're
though now
scratching
you don't
and clawing.
have to.
But I'm just, I'm trying not to be an idiot because you come down as quickly as you go
That
up.
is true.
And,
Don't we know it?
Yeah.
So you don't know if this is your 15 minutes or if this pilot's going to go or whatever's going to happen. So I'm just trying not to be a moron.
If you want to see Tom Cotter, he will be at the Sunset Laugh Factory on Tuesday, and then on Craig Ferguson's show on Wednesday night. I was thinking about that alcohol making or the bartending robot.
I was just going to ask you, is that real?
That is a real thing. There's a Kickstarter started. Somebody's wanting to make these things, and they're $2,700. So it seems like once you've actually made it and you have everything, if you had in your house a robot that makes drinks, it would be awesome. But I read recently where the billionaires, instead of like having a yacht, was an example of how you made it.
Sure.
But now, if you really have a lot of money, you buy a submarine. That's what they're buying now. It's beyond yachts. But I'm like, well, what's the point of that? Because no one can really see that you got one. It's like, hey, I'm going to go drive by. Nobody knows you're
you always
there.
have to see the ex-girlfriend and go, surface right now. I want her to see us. Surface. She's so going to see me.
She's going to see us.
Yeah, watch me soar.
Up Periscope. Yeah, exactly.
It's true. They're buying submarines.
Wow. I guess if you have so much, what are you going to do? Remember Arthur Fonzarelli used to go watch the submarine races with the girls? Take them to Lookout Point.
The ultimate line.
Yeah. I would get a submarine. I'm little. When you're my height, if I went to war, I'd either be a tunnel rat, like in Vietnam, I'd be one of the little guys in the tunnel,
Right.
or I'd be a submariner because, those are all little guys that have to go around the sun.
Tom Cotter's not going to be on the front line.
No,
not on the front
I
line.
just saw that if Fonzie was a real person, he'd be 79 years old right now, the Fonz.
And he'd still smack a jukebox and a tune would play, right?
Exactly.
Here comes Leather
Still the coolest guy
Tuscadero.
at the convalescent home.
I haven't heard a Leather Tuscadero
Don't
in
forget
way too long.
and her sister Pinky.
No, oh yeah, Pinky. I thought it was just Pinky. Leather was her. Okay.
Leather was like the chick Fonz.
Yes.
What do you have it on DVD?
I had a little crush on Leather Tuscadero. What are you going to do?
Who didn't?
I mean, my God.
And then you also have Pinky Tuscadildo, which is in your
Tom
nightstand.
Cotter. He does not need to know that I name my sex toys. We just met 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's,
But
it's a carpool.
I named her Pinky Tuscadildo
I like it.
because she's bright pink. Anyway, good Lord.
Tom, we ask everybody this question that comes in here and hangs
6
out
inches.
with us.
What? Sorry.
Okay. Wow, curse.
I
You
mean,
got
my
blessed.
God,
You got the Irish
seriously.
blessing. Are you kidding?
That's a lie. I could make love to a Cheerio and not break it. I wouldn't. I'm not a serial rapist, but I could. Anyway, your question is...
The question is, how did Tom Cotter lose his virginity?
Oh, yeah.
I lost a friendship out of it. My best friend's older sister in her pool house, in the house next to her little pool.
Ooh, that's like Fast Times at Ridgemont
yeah.
High. Remember
Yeah.
when he bangs her in that pool house? That's hot.
15 years old. Yeah.
15?
How old was she? She was the oldest.
She was 17. She was 2 years older than us, which is why my friend was furious. And
I'm guessing this was her idea too. Like you were there, you were kind of.
it was my birthday, and it was her little birthday gift to me. And
You were a birthday.
It was my 15th birthday too. To a girl
what
that
a
was 19.
gift! Have you ever had a better gift?
Oh,
I don't even want a
not really.
submarine. Give me that again.
I think she gave me the submarine.
But you said you lost a friend over it. It would make sense if maybe you did his younger sister, but it was his older sister. Like,
Yeah.
you understand the territory of, dude, that's my baby sister. But older
You can't
sister.
do your.
But for the
buddies.
next 3 months, can I have a play date over at Billy's house? And then, see you, Billy.
Did it ever so it happened more than once?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? Like, you wouldn't go back for seconds, thirds, fourths if that was available?
I was so disappointed my first time. I mean, the girl that I was with, she was just a trailer park 10. And I was really upset. I had the guilt and everything. I'm like, no, I'm going to have to remember that one the rest of my life. Because the first one you remember. I don't know if you could tell us about the second time or second
I
person.
had some horrible.
Really?
Oh.
The resume is bad.
I used to, I used to have relations with heavy-set women for the entertainment of my friends. Honest to God, just for their amusement. I would, because we did this peeping Tom voyeurs. It was horrible. We were bad people.
So when you were 15, when you lost it, then how much time in between the next time, like with a different person? Was it years?
You know, unfortunately, I was this height when I was that time, and I don't know.
So has Tom Cotter ever made love to someone?
Well, he is married with 3 children.
Do you have a tampon?
What makes a house a home, Tom?
Do you know the definition of making love is? It's what she's doing when you're doing it. And I cleaned that up for you, by the way. Anyway.
Tom Cotter, definitely go see him at Sunset Laugh Factory on Tuesday. You want to see him live. Then he's going to be on Craig Ferguson Wednesday night. Thank you so much, Tom. Good
Thanks
luck
for having me,
good
guys.
luck with your pilot. Hopefully
Come
it gets
back
picked up. We
in.
can figure
Thank
out
you,
what
and
that's
good
all
luck
about.
with Pinky Tusked Dildo.
Oh, I had no luck needed. But thank you.
We're going to come right back. We are Heidi and Frank.
That was just a little sample of the Heidi and Frank Show on 95.5 KLOS. Now, to get the show in its entirety, on demand, and if you want to watch the show, we webcast it every day, all you have to do is go to HeidiandFrank.com and become a premium package member. Do it right now.